settled? Right. Okay, so we're going to start. My name is Councillor Jackie Hodgson. I'm the Mayor of Totnes. And before I start, I've got a statement I'd like to make. As Mayor of Totnes, I've been invited to chair this meeting. I wish to make the following statement. I have been invited by a group of local residents who call themselves Friends of the Farm, who have organised this event to chair this meeting tonight. I've agreed to do this strictly on the basis of a clear understanding that my presence and role in this event is one of complete impartiality. I am only here to assist this public forum to support a clear and transparent process to openly share information and views about a pre-planning application for Great Court Farm. Thank you. I also need to let you know that this meeting has been recorded, so hopefully everybody's happy with that, and that will include when we have question time. Now, I've already said I was asked to chair this meeting. I've been informed that the Duke of Somerset was invited to attend tonight, but he responded yesterday by email to say that he couldn't come. There will be a statement that he has provided read out in a minute. The outcome of this meeting, in other words the recording, is going to be placed on the Facebook page of Friends of the Farm. So I will just go straight into introducing Neil Maslin, put your hand up, Matt James and Scott Atkins, who are part of the organising group, who are going to give a PowerPoint to put their case, and they will also give out the Duke's statement. So Neil, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well, good evening everyone, and can I just say first of all a massive thank you to everyone that's here tonight. It's fantastic to see so many of you are here, so a big thank you. I hope you enjoyed our play on words that we've done there, and I hope and expect that throughout this presentation it's a little bit clearer, and I hope you're able to understand why we actually think this proposed development is a hazard. So as you've already heard, we did invite the Duke way back at the end of May, so almost a month ago, and we received this email from him yesterday evening. I won't read it out, I think hopefully you'll see that, but I'll leave you to sort of come to your own conclusions about what you've read there. We genuinely wanted either him or a representative to come this evening because it's actually really important that we have both sides of the argument, and it's important we hear not only why he's proposing the development, but I say hear about why he thinks it's so important. So, who are we? We are the Friends of Great Court Farm. We're a group of local residents who are very passionate and feel very, very strongly about preserving and enhancing the very essence of what makes Totnes such a special place. I'm sure some of you have been aware we've been very actively raising the profile of this issue over the last few weeks, and we'd like to express our huge thanks and gratitude to everyone that's spoken to us and supported us, to you being here tonight, and the 1,000 people, over 1,000 people who have now signed our petition, and the very many people who are now following us on Twitter and also have liked us on our Facebook page. So, what are the plans? So this slide here clearly shows the planned development. So I just show here, this is the proposed field, locally known as the birthing or the nursery field, and also holds some of the cattle sheds and other essential dairy farm buildings, all of which are going to be knocked down. So the proposal is for over 80 homes, and you can also see that these surrounding roads, particularly if you know the area, well, are all single track roads, and a notorious rat run for people avoiding the traffic along Bridgetown Hill. In our opinion as well, the development is not in reasonable walking distance to the town, thereby likely to increase the traffic further, but we're going to talk about that more later. What we do know is that these outline plans have not yet been put through for planning, but have been put out for consultation, and I'm sure many of you attended the consultation event. So as far as we're aware, they're not being submitted for planning, but we do know already that archaeological digs have taken place on the site. So what about the farm? Great Court Farm is a 4th generation family farm who have been tenant farmers of the Duke for almost 100 years. If this development does go ahead, it will be the end of dairy farming in Totnes. I think it's useful at this point just to make it clear to everyone that the family are in no way involved in this campaign, but we do understand they are aware of it. So pivotal to our campaigning, pivotal to sort of put this whole development into context, is that there are actually 4 other developments with planning permission: Riverside, Follerton, Sawmills and Baltic Wharf. So when we speak about some of the issues, we just want you to bear in mind those 4 other developments that we know are going ahead. We want to be absolutely clear that we're not actually against housing in Totnes, and we're certainly not against more affordable housing in Totnes. But with 4,160 homes in Totnes, the developments already with planning permission will increase this by 10%. With other sites in development, this could increase by a further 7%, and we feel very, very strongly that the town size of Totnes cannot cope with this level of increase over such a short period of time when it's not actually clear on what this full impact is going to be. So clearly, with a potential 17% increase in housing, this will put a massive increase in some of these services that you can see behind me on the slide. So I won't go through all of these, but obviously schools, we know about the hospitals. Any of these housing will put increased pressure on these services. So we don't know what the full impact is going to be. I'd now like to hand over to Matt, who's going to talk a little bit more about some of the traffic issues.
Yeah, we want to show you the effect that the proposals and the plan will have on both traffic and, more importantly, traffic safety in Bridgetown and the Bridgetown area. This diagram is here to show, this is before any consideration of building on Breakport Farm. This is with the already pre-planned 400 homes, what the effect on transport will be and traffic will be across Totnes. And just to highlight, already is anticipated 12.5% increase in the traffic and congestion issues through Bridgetown. Just want to show you quite where this is in relation to some of the traffic issues in Bridgetown. I'm sure you're very familiar with some of the hazards that already exist in the Bridgetown area. We've got Blackpost Lane, Western Lane, through junction with the Berry turn-up, and also there's, as Neil mentioned, the rat run through Bridgetown, which is trying to avoid the congested Bridgetown Hill, which by all accounts is going to get worse, and past St John's Primary School. Here's Blackpost Lane, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. So there are already quite a few issues with this junction, even with the traffic congestion as it is. Traffic exiting Blackpost Lane into Totnes has to contend with fast-moving traffic coming from the Torbay area, which is coming over the brow of the hill and is coming at speed just past the 30-mile-an-hour zone, but traffic often comes over that brow of the hill over 30 miles an hour. There's also an issue with traffic turning into Blackpost Lane. When traffic turning into Blackpost Lane, quite often the traffic comes over to the other side of the carriageway into the direction of the oncoming traffic, and also traffic turning into Blackpost Lane again has to deal with fast-moving oncoming traffic. So that's one of the 2 main routes in and out of the proposed location. Here's the Western Lane and True Street Junction. This has already been identified as a hazard by Devon County Council Highways to say that the line of sight to the right is just within acceptable limits of road safety. And this is obviously you've got traffic coming around this corner. For everybody who knows it, I'm sure you do, comes around this corner will be blind to this junction, and any increase in traffic there is going to cause an increased hazard on that junction. And not to mention the turning to Barry, which itself causes problems from traffic coming out, which could cause build-up of problems coming out of Western Lane as well. Just so you can see it from the other side, as you can see, it's quite narrow at this junction with the housing there. There isn't much room for this incident to happen, traffic to get out of the way. Just to highlight the accident black spots through Bridgetown, as you can see, this data goes back to 2005, there were 20, I think it's 28 accidents already that have been identified here. Slight ones in yellow, serious ones highlighted in red, and black ones tragically are fatal. The blue one, purple ones just indicate there's been more than one incident at that location. As you see, there's concentration of accidents around True Street Junction and Western Lane, and also the Western Lane rat run past St John's School is also a highlight of congestion and traffic incidents. highlight a little bit on the Tree Street Junction, here it is. So there's a lot of accidents there. There are 19 accidents here within the last 10 years, including those tragic fatalities and some serious incidents. And just to highlight, this is only a couple of hundred yards from the proposed development location, and any traffic coming down Great Court Farm in this direction will come out of this junction. Just to go back, just to highlight to you that I missed out, that any traffic, any development of Great Court Farm, any housing and any traffic that will come out of Great Court Farm and go into it as a development will have to pass through one of these incident and hazardous areas. Along to go with the traffic issues and safety, there's also an issue with air quality. It's already been identified that the A385 corridor has congestion issues, and building any more housing, particularly in the area where traffic will come out to that junction on the A385, will only increase the congestion issues of the air quality. Okay, I just want to hand you over to Scott, who's just going to remind you of some of our key points and also what we're going to do, what we can do now.
Thank you. First of all, I'd just like to say what a fabulous turnout before I go on to the summary. I'm really impressed and thank you all for coming. In short, the Duke's plan to build 83 homes at Great Court Farm will, without a shadow of a doubt, increase the strain on our local services. It will also increase the traffic in an already congested road system. There will be an increased risk of serious and potentially fatal accidents. And it will bring the end to a working dairy farm. Now, what we are proposing with Friends of Great Court Farm is that the Duke pauses for a moment. He doesn't submit these plans to South Hams Council. He waits for the 400 homes that have already got planning permission and are on their way. Wait for them to be built, and let's see the impact of those homes on our local services, on the congested road system, and heaven forbid it won't increase risk of serious or fatal injury. We'd also like him, or encourage him, to engage in the Totnes neighbourhood plan. I'm sure that many of you are aware of the Totnes neighbourhood plan. It's being led by our very own Totnes Town Council. And the idea of this neighbourhood plan is that us as a community can shape the future of Totnes and how we want it to look like. And if the Duke wants to get involved with that process, then that's fantastic. And if he wants to offer up the Great Court Farm site for consideration, then so be it. Maybe he could offer up other sites that he has in his portfolio. But that we would encourage him to join in with the neighbourhood plan. That's pretty much our presentation done. We'd now ask you to get involved as well. We'd like you to log on to Facebook, check out our Facebook site, like us please, that'd be fantastic. Engage with us, put a few lines on there. If you like what we've heard tonight, any ideas you may have, that'd be fantastic. Also, if you're not a Facebook fan, Twitter, go on to Twitter and do the same sort of thing on there. That would be great. We would really appreciate that. Also, over on the table, we have a letter. So we've drafted it all, so you don't have to think too hard. And all we ask is that if you don't agree with this proposal that the Duke's put forward, that you put your name and your address at the top of the letter and sign that at the bottom, leave it over there on the table, and we'll even send that off for you. We'll send it to the Duke, we'll send it to his consultation company, and we'll copy in South Hams District Council. So please, either at the end of this meeting or during it, please go over it and let me know. We really appreciate it. Finally, there are some t-shirts and merchandise over the side there. I'm not salespeople or anything like that. We just think these t-shirts are great. It's a great slogan. And any money that you
when you ask a question, could you please first